Too many dreams, books, millionaires, ideas, skills, unfinished accomplishments are in the grave. Take a moment and think, what am I doing between the dash? You have to move right now because tomorrow is not promised. Join the Divine Connections movement in a couple of ways. 1, download the app for free. 2, subscribe to Divine Connections magazine. 3, if you have a book, a product, a service, gospel music, business, health and wellness product, church, or anything creative, join the Divine Connections Movement VIP and make a commitment to join a network that supports others, give you major exposure, customer retention, and customer engagement. To find out more about VIP, text 336-338-8903 or email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Businesses all across the planet are looking to make connections with people. Well, guess what? Divine Connections Magazine is helping businesses not only walk in their purpose and passions, but to get connected to their potential. That's right. You've got to connect to your potential, and you can make it happen now because it is time to know your worth. As you get connected to people all across the planet, Divine Connections Magazine will make it happen. And get featured in the magazine today and get your copy now, because there's no other time than a divine time to get connected to Divine Connections Magazine.
Well, welcome. Great day, everyone. I am your host, Deloris. We are so excited that you are here. Make sure you like and share throughout this broadcast. So, Divine Connection is a faith-based and inspirational magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online. We connect with different businesses, entrepreneurs, gospel artists, praise dance, mimes, vendors, anyone that's doing something great in the community. Then twice a year, we have 2 big events, one in March and one in the latter part of the year, where we come together, celebrate, network, and talk about some awesome things that's going on in life and how we can help each other be better people, right? And then we have our online from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We have our podcast here on the Wednesdays to share with you who people are and what they do. We also have an app. You can download Divine Connections Magazine and get us on your phone as well. And we have awesome 2 other things that we just came up with the last 2 months, and that is called Empower Him, You Are Divine Connection, and Empower Her, You Are Divine Connection. And so we come together on Zoom and we talk about life. The men talk about taking off the mask. The women talk about self-care, how we should take care of ourselves and things going on. So you definitely want to tune in to those things as well coming up. Our next one will be April 15th for the men at 7 p.m. And then our women will be April 24th at 6 p.m. So mark your calendars, keep your eyes out so you'll know what to do to sign up so you can get the link, okay? And so I'll show just a little clip of one of our Empower Hers, just so you can get a little idea, okay? Hold tight. Awesome. So definitely stay tuned to our next Empower Him, April 15th, and Empower Her, April 24th, okay, at 6 p.m. All right, and the men's at 7 p.m. All right, so check it out. We also have a store online as well. So go to our bit.ly Divine Connection store, where we have over 100 products to share with you. So check out our website. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, like I said earlier, we also do events. So, our next event is going to be Bring It event. Listen, if you are a praise dance group, a mime, gospel step team, vendor, or you vendor, I am looking for you. I think this year we're going to do it in September, right before my birthday. I'm thinking about that. So, contact us if you have an organization or group that does praise dance, mimes, vendor or youth vendor or gospel step team. Let me know. I would love to connect with you. So check this out. This is one of our events. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So definitely stay tuned for our next big Bring It event. All right. So listen, how do you stay connected with Divine Connections? Text 336-338-8903. A lot of great things are going on. Email Divine Connections Magazine at gmail.com. All right. And then we have our website to stay updated with the news and updates of what's going on, divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Then we have our Facebook page at Divine Connections Marketing and our Instagram at Divine Connections, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Divine Connections. All right, make sure you subscribe and click the notification button. If you have not gotten a copy of our updated newest magazine, it is here, divineconnectionsmagazine.com/special-pricing. Check out the new music with Vince, just Vince, and then we have also Miss Bowden as well, doing great things in the community and so much more. So many things are going on. So get your copy at divineconnectionsmagazine.com/special-pricing. Okay. Now, if you would like to be a sponsor on the show and you have a 30-second commercial, we would love for you to be a part. Go to Divine Connections Magazine at gmail.com. We have a 3-month agreement. We will do a 3-month agreement if you're a good fit for what we are doing. We would love to help you spread the news of what's going on in your organization as well. If you need a 30-second or a 60-second commercial for your business or your organization, your ministry, your book, your gospel group, or event, we would love to create that for you as well. All right. We have a marketing promotion going on right now. So if you want to get your business out there, let people know who you are, be in the magazine, get an email blast, get a 30-second commercial. We have all of that inclusive in our package, divineconnectionsmagazine.com/services. So we would love to help promote you and get some marketing done for you. So if you're interested, definitely let us know that as well. And as I mentioned before, we have the men online gathering. So this is the link for you to go to and sign up. So once the date comes out, you can get the link to our Zoom, and it is free to all men. I want all men to come on in, bit.ly/join men who are making divine connections, because that's what we're doing. Okay. And then we also have women. So for the women, all the women, go to bit.ly, join women who are divine connections. So you can come on in and share and hear what is going on with people, their resources, their connections, their testimonies. It is phenomenal, a phenomenal time. So definitely do that for us. Now, I am also grateful for to have my book out, which is called The Key Connector: How to Build an Empire Helping People. All right. And I talk about what I've accomplished in my personal as well as my business life with the help of the Lord. So definitely get that. It's on Amazon. It's at walmart.com. You can get it from me as well, so you can inbox me. All right. We have the store you seen earlier that you can shop at. We have mugs, shirts, hats, all of that. Okay. So go to bit.ly/Divine Connection Store and shop from there. Now, there is an awesome, awesome new connection that I've connected with that allows your body to help your body be in a better, healthier position that is it. So if you're going through pain, if you are have aches and pains, inflammation, or any of that, listen, you want to be a part of this. Just inbox me or go to my website at lifewave.com /Delo Williams. The opportunity and the benefits and the product is phenomenal. Okay. All right. We'll talk more about that later. Now, our special guest is in the house. So we are so excited. So, would you help me welcome Miss Veronica Walker is in the house? Hey. Oh,
Hello.
you're mute. There you go. Hi, how are you?
I am doing well. How are you today?
Good. Can you slide over just a little bit so you can be in the middle? Other way. There we go.
There we
There
go.
you go. Awesome, awesome. Well, welcome, welcome. Introduce yourself. Tell people who you are and where you're from.
Well, my name is Veronica Walker. I'm with Walker Business Solutions, where we reside in King, North Carolina. Um, and we started off as Walker Inc., and we changed the name to Walker Business Solutions within the last year.
Awesome. And tell us what that is and how'd you get started?
Well, Walker Business Solutions actually is a combination of life insurance, health insurance, and legal insurance.
Mm.
And kind of how we got started. I was actually looking to do something different. I wanted to help people, and believe it or not, I was a vacuum cleaner salesman um,
Okay. Okay.
a long time ago. And I left when I got married and became a teacher, and I taught for about 4 years. And after teaching, I really wanted to go back and just help people. And actually, a guy came to see me, and that's when I began my journey with Legal Shield. And I've actually been to different companies and corporations, and I just kind of helped them and offer an employee benefit to them. Well, when COVID came, no one was allowing us to actually get into companies. So at
Mm.
that point, we had to do something different. And I found out that our communities really didn't have life insurance. A lot of people left jobs, didn't have life
Mm-hmm.
insurance, didn't have any burial insurance. So I started to explore that a little bit. And I had a chance to make a connection with KIG, King Insurance Group, out of Raleigh, North Carolina, Gardner, North Carolina, as
Mm-hmm.
well as in Greensboro, Benefits and More, which is now B&M. And so, within partnership with them, I began to start this journey of final expense.
Awesome. 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 So tell us the detail of the services that you provide.
Well, if with final expense is just what it says, what we do is a lot of times people leave their jobs and they don't carry any insurance with them. So they spend all these years carrying burial insurance on their job, life insurance on their job. So then when their senior years come, they don't have anything. And then insurance is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we try to get out to the community to go ahead and get private insurance early,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
private life insurance early. So it's less expensive. We cover your burials. We make sure that whatever it is that you want, we plan it in advance. So when that time comes, when death comes, your family does not have to sit around that table and think about all the questions, and you be upsold by different people when you've already planned it already. So
Right.
when you think about life insurance, there's different things. It's not just, a lot of people call me and they say, well, I want life insurance, but they don't know what type of life insurance. They don't know if they want a whole life insurance, or if they want a term life insurance, or if they
Mm-hmm.
want burial insurance, or if they want insurance to cover their home, if they want a lifestyle insurance. So there are different types. So what we do as brokers, we actually have a conversation. We sit down and we ask you what you want. We ask you what you're looking for, and then we pair you with a company that fits that reasonable price, that also fits what it is that the client is looking for.
Awesome. So what's some of the main questions that people have?
The first thing they ask me is how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
That is the first question. When people, they said, oh, you sell life insurance, how much does it cost? And we can't just give you a quote because it's not a one size fit all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be based on your age, your medical condition, and the type of insurance and the amount that you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't sit here and say, well, Miss Williams, it's going to cost you $25. It's going to cost you $50 without having that information. So that's
Yeah.
the main thing. People, they don't understand that it's not just because your sister got it for $50, that same policy might be 70 for you. It just
Mm-hmm.
depends on what your circumstances are. That is the number one question that I get.
Awesome. What's a good age for people to start getting life insurance?
I say birth, but really, because you never know. I mean, you could die at any moment now.
This is true.
So, we're between birth and 85. The earlier you get it, the less expensive it is. If I had known, like I know now, I would have gotten some type of life insurance earlier for my children who are now 17 and 18, because people don't realize that you can use that life insurance as a component to go back and pull money out for your children to go to college. You can use it as an investment component. You could use it as a burial component, but it's different types of insurance. Life insurance is just like the umbrella, and there's
Mm-hmm.
things that fall under the umbrella.
So
So,
let's talk about that. What you just talked about,
okay, which
the
one?
life insurance that said you can pull out money to help your college or
Okay.
different things like that. Let's talk about
Well,
that
it
one.
has to be planned. It's a lot of people you see on the TV all the time where people talk about, or YouTube, IULs, which is a index universal life insurance, which kind of pairs up like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a I'm lost here for a minute.
It's okay.
Uh, it pairs up as if you're using the stock market, but when
Mm-hmm.
it floors, you doesn't lose anything. But that's something. Number one, you got to have the right money to fund it. You have
Mm-hmm.
to go sit down and talk to a person that's experienced in it, and you
Yeah.
can make a plan. So it's not like you just walk in today and say, "Oh, I'm going to do this," and we just set you up. It's a
Mm-hmm.
plan. A lot of times, you're going to go through some type of medical history to make sure that, number one, you're going to be physically able to do that, and number
Mm-hmm.
two, it's affordable, and how you're going to fund it so that by the time that child is 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or however long you're going to keep it, that
Mm-hmm.
you didn't lose any money.
All right. And then, is that whole life? What's the name of that insurance?
It's a whole life insurance. So there's normally two types. There's a whole and a term.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
then your whole life, you can break it down on what you want to do. So
Mm-hmm.
when you sit down with someone with our organization, the first thing we're going to ask you is, what do you want to do with your life insurance?
Right.
What do you want it to do for you? The first question, what I normally get is, I need a burial. So
Mm-hmm.
if your funeral is not taken care of, that's the first step. So we sit down and we take small policies and we do burial policies.
Yeah.
Well, then the next thing you think about is, if I die today, will my spouse, my daughter, whoever, will they be able to function without my income?
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't function without your income, then we need to go into a second, what we call the lifestyle policy. And we
Mm-hmm.
need to figure out what we need to do to supplement their income if you died today.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the main thing. So it's a plan. You want to start off with your final expense, make
Yeah.
sure your burial is taken care of, and then you
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure that you don't leave expenses behind for someone
Right.
else.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go further and say, well, I want mortgage protection, which is another different type of insurance. If I die today, will my husband be able to pay for this house if I
Mm-hmm.
have $150,000 mortgage? If not, we need to find something to cover that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's each stages that you're in. The one thing I hear from a lot of people is, I want to get a $1 million life insurance policy. That's what everybody tells me. But then, why do you need it? Are you worth $1 million? That's what they're going to ask. What type of assets do you have to cover it? So
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at your assets and what you need to cover if you pass away, to make sure that you're not cheating the government or doing anything like that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, if someone was interested, how can they contact you and ask you questions or get more information?
They could email me, walkeragents@gmail.com, or they can
Mm-hmm.
call me and set an appointment, 336-549-0531. And I'm old fashioned. I like face to
Yeah,
face. So I normally come to people, we sit
yeah,
down, and we discuss. They tell me what they think about it. We can have coffee, tea. I can meet them at their home, or, some people like Zoom. So
yeah.
whichever way, we'll set up an appointment that way, just to answer those questions. And a lot of times people have life insurance policies, but they don't understand what type of policy they have or how much they have. Some people say, "Oh, I have a policy at the bank," and they don't realize that sometimes it could be an accidental death policy. that'll only cover you if you die of an accident. It doesn't
Mm.
have anything to cover them if they pass away.
But
So a matter of we look at your policy, your existing policy. We
mm-hmm.
tell you what if you need more and if you don't need more. And if you don't need any more, we're not going to sit there and tell you you need it. We're
Right,
just
right.
going to say, hey, you're fine.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Anything else you want to share with us?
My thing, the number one thing I say is everyone needs something. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if you don't have anything, if you're the first thing I do when I talk to people is I say, like I said, final expense is my baby. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because when COVID hit, a lot of people did not have life insurance.
Yeah.
Um, Seeing GoFundMe's is not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Passing the pot, doing the gospel singing, all those are not acceptable. And then calling me at the last minute and saying, hey, Veronica, you know, I'm sick. The doctor says I have 6 months to live. Can I get life insurance?
Mm.
You need to get it before because
Mm-hmm.
that's going to consist of how much you're going to pay.
Yeah.
And most of my clientele are 65 and up.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot that's younger, but when people retire, they already have the ailments and everything is going on with their body, and they're calling around trying to find the cheapest insurance. And
Mm-hmm.
technically, you're going to either pay $5 more here or $5 more there. But if you're already sick, there's going to be 2 years before they even pay out.
Mm.
So if you die within the first 2 years, you're just going to get what we call return of premium, which means you're going to get what you put in.
Yeah.
The goal is to get it early. To
Mm-hmm.
get it early.
So what's the process if someone passes? Can you share that information? What happens with insurance when someone passes? Then what? When it comes to insurance?
It depends on the type of policy that you have.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a large policy, which a lot of people have large policies, when someone passed and you call the funeral home director and you say, hey, my cousin's passed, my aunt says, my mom passed, whomever. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna bring the body there, and the first thing they're gonna say in their funeral home voice is, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry for your loss, and how you
Yeah.
want to." That's the way they're gonna say it. And so most people say, "I'm gonna pay with the life insurance."
Mm-hmm.
Depending on if you have a regular life insurance policy, a lot of times you're not gonna get your hands on that money to 30 to 40 days. So
Okay.
you're gonna have to sign that policy over to the funeral director. And when you sign that policy over to the funeral director, he is going to see, number one, how much you have, and then he's going to tell you what you can afford. But then there's some final expense plans where
Mm-hmm.
they pay out 24 to 48 hours and they pay directly to the beneficiary. So it
Mm.
depends on what type of plan you have. That's why we tell people to get a burial policy because some of those burial policies will pay within 24 to 48 hours. You don't have to wait 30 days to get that money. And then
Mm.
at that point, you know, depending on the company that we work with, we pay out within 24 to 48 hours. After that, we work with the insurance company, I mean, the funeral home to make sure that you get that lowest price. You can go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and pre plan everything, and we have a liaison that works with your family member. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say if I died today, my husband will call the company that I represent. When he calls that company, they will say, well, Veronica has everything planned. This is the funeral home she wants. This is the
Oh,
casket she's already picked out. She's already
yeah.
picked her colors, picked her songs. She know what pastor is going to be there. So all
Yep.
he has to do is pick up the telephone. Therefore, he don't have to worry about deciding which casket. He may say,
Yeah.
I want to be cremated. I don't want to be cremated. I know I don't want to be cremated. So then I need to already have it together.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have places where it shows the locations of your will. It
Mm-hmm.
shows what you want and your desire. And the one thing about our community, which I try to stress, is long term care insurance, which is something that they need to have because what I'm going through now is I have an elderly parent. And with that
Mm-hmm.
elderly parent, if you wait until they're a senior to get the stuff in advance and don't
Mm-hmm.
get it in advance, you're stuck with having so much to do. And I'm stuck with having so much to do because I didn't know. So
Yeah.
I'm an advocate now to make sure that seniors have everything in place. So by the time illness come, dementia come, those things come, your family don't have to sell your house or sell your cars or sell that, because everything is in place and you
Yeah,
have like to take care of stuff.
that's good information. That's real good information. Because a lot of times we don't prepare in
Right.
advance, and prevent, and you know, we don't want to think about it. I know I don't want to think about it, but you also want to be prepared because nobody knows
Right.
when that time will come. But you also will want to position yourself where you don't have to stress the family in that process either.
Exactly.
So it's a hard conversation to have, but it's a good one, and that's one that needs to be happening. So thank you for that. Um, Anything else, and then we'll end with some words of encouragement.
Um, I just would say, even if a person already has a policy, you need to get it updated. Someone needs to look at it just to make sure that it still has the guidelines, because sometimes people have a term policy and they think they have a whole life policy, or they have a whole life policy and they think they have something else. So, sit with your agent
Hmm.
and make sure your agent explains to you what you have. Yearly, you should be at least seeing your agent or talking to them on a yearly basis just to updates. And if you don't have an agent, by all means, you could, call someone, call me. We can sit down and we can look and see exactly where you're at and if you need anything and if you don't.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Do you want to end with some encouraging words?
Well, if you, my main encouraging word is, it's important to take care of your loved ones.
Yeah.
You don't want your loved ones left. You don't want the last thing to be said about you is, they left me with so much stuff, because it can be a headache or it could be a smooth transition. So
Yeah.
let's make it a smooth transition and not leave our families with a headache.
Amen to that. Awesome. So y'all get connected with Miss Veronica if you have questions, if you need more information. It's definitely a vital time to have that insurance and cover and protect your family here as well, living as well as when that time comes. So you want to be prepared in advance, so it won't be so much heartache during that time. But thank you, Miss Veronica Walker, for being on today and being my guest and sharing all of that wisdom and knowledge as well.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. All right, you guys, stay tuned. We have more to come soon. So I am Deloris Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Hold on, Miss Veronica. I'll be right back with you.
Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution. So get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now. Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.